Angie Zapata's funeral service was tonight. She was born a male but lived as a transgendered woman. Angie was 18. Her sister discovered her body beaten to death in her Greeley apartment on Thursday. 9 News reporter Cheryl Kreheim is at the Healing Place in Brighton. Cheryl, the family believes this is a hate crime.
Bozzy, they do believe that Angie was targeted because of her transgender identity. There were about 200 cars in the parking lot here at the church, people coming to remember Angie, but also coming to make a statement. They say they really want people to stop and think about the tragedy that someone may have been murdered simply because they were different.
Why would anybody even dare do something like that? Why?
The transgender segment of our society needs to be telling their type is you don't commit fraud because you're at least going to get your teeth kicked in, and B, here's a story from Greeley that turned out very tragic.
Execution style last weekend, blocks from her North Memphis home. Her killer has not been caught. Monday night, Memphis Police Director Larry Godwin told Eyewitness News, quote, "Johnson's death will be treated in the same manner we treat all homicides. You can rest assured," he said, "we will work this case very, very hard." New tonight, the MPD is asking the FBI to help solve Johnson's murder. The feds are already familiar with DeWanna Johnson, thanks to this videotape showing 2 MPD officers beating her inside the CJC earlier this year. The FBI is currently investigating the incident, and according to published reports, an FBI agent approached Johnson's mother yesterday at her daughter's funeral to tell her they are still on the case. For those paying their respects to DeWanna tonight, they honored her as a woman who became the face of the fight against racism, homophobia, and transphobia. A woman who received no justice in life, but whose life and struggle for equality will not be forgotten.
Well, Eddie Gwen is my baby, and I loved him the moment he was born, and I love him now. And it's so painful to think of how he died, how long it took, and how much he suffered. Because his whole life, he suffered with people who didn't understand him, couldn't even look him in the face, some people, or would call him names, even in front of me. He had a lot of pain as he was growing up, and in his death, he had a lot of pain. I always try to protect them, as any good mom, I think, would do. We always want to protect our children from harm. I only wish I could have been there that night.